Are we live now? No people's watching. Jack, get the gloves out. Not now. Right, can anybody hear us now? We have the one person there.
Huh? What's that?
Jack, get your head out.
What's that?
Yes! You've got to turn the volume up on there, otherwise it'll echo like mad. Yay! Hello! Yes! We're on! At last!
Oh my gosh!
That was close, I'll tell you.
I was almost filing for divorce.
David. Hello from Blackpool. Hello back, Simon. Right, where were we? I missed the first ones out the box. What people were saying, I forget what his name was now, right at the very beginning.
First, let's explain. Vernon had his GoPro set up and he was going to use it. And then at the very last moment, we had like 3 minutes to spare. The GoPro would not connect, like it lost connection. So I tried to rush, grab my laptop, grab my microphone, make it work. I don't know, the drivers are for the microphone, but I can't get it to go on, so we're on a phone. Good old trusty phone.
We're here anyway. Hi Lee from Florida. I hope you're enjoying the trucking. Well done passing your test, buddy. Spot on. Now you're going to start living the dream. That's Lee. He's just down in Florida. He took has some different advice off me for taking his test and things out here. And he's managed to finally get it. Anyway, so the first question was from somebody was asking me about getting over here and getting your license and think, Jack, you're going to have to go in the other room. And it isn't that easy. It really isn't. You know, you can get across the visas and stuff like that and what have you. But you're not going to do it. Forget it. Even if you did manage to get apply for your green card, for example, and you were married to an American or you had direct relatives over here and you put in for your green card, Washington State, and I've said this time and time again, people send me messages all the time about coming and working out here. It isn't going to happen. It really isn't going to happen. Because even if you were married to an American like I was, I got in just at the right time, luckily we did. But now the waiting list in Washington State is 4 years minimum. 4 years. That's from coming into the country to actually getting your green card and your social security number. So for those 4 years, if you applied in the country, you cannot work while your application form's in. So you've got to have a shitload of money to provide you by that kind of time, or you can do it out of state. But you know, 4 years is a long time. It really is, and it's not getting any better. Because of COVID, it's been put off a lot. Go on.
It will, though.
It will go better.
Because Trump's out of office and the new president is very immigration friendly. Eventually, we will have a better immigration policy, and people will be flooding in.
Tom, you can get a sponsor. Yes, you can get somebody to sponsor you, but that still isn't going to speed up the process. You're still going to be waiting 4 years for Washington State. All states are different. They all work independently, basically. And another one, this is one that I've repeatedly said to people. If you were going to come in Washington State, you can do your car test and your trucks test basically the same week, the next day kind of thing. Oregon, for example, you do your car test, you cannot do your CDL, your HGV for a full year. So that's an extra year on top of getting here, not being able to get your license. Canada, that way. They love you. That's where you want to be. You know, and to be fair, I don't know why people don't want to do so much of Canada. What's that about?
They asked if you sorted out your extension. So the last we heard, they gave us a temporary extension for how long?
Oh, for 18 months.
Yeah.
So I'm only on 18 months now, less obviously. I should have been getting a 10-year one, the next one. And that's only 18 months. You know, in 18 months they could say, bye, you're out of here.
But they won't.
They won't, no, but they could do if they wanted.
They could, but they won't. They won't.
So what other questions? What did we get? Dave Smith. Thank you. I missed that before. Dave, this was us showing the calendar. Thank you very much for the calendar. Checked all the dates, the truckers things and things like that. Hopefully we might be able to back towards the end of the year and maybe get the Scottish truck showing or something like that. And Chris Bradley, thank you very much for the Yorkshire tea, brother. We like that, don't we, Bean? Imagine Canada can be lots of all the roads. Maybe I'm wrong. No, they're about the same. A lot of single track roads up there. when I went to Alaska,
Somebody says
I
hi.
was only like 50 miles on dual carriageway, and then you single track road basically all the way up to Anchorage. Just
that's
before
you.
Anchorage, you get onto a thingy. Thank you very much, Red, for enjoying the channel. Wednesday's payday. I'm going to order some what Yorkshire tea? Lancashire tea's on its way. Oh, really?
John says, "Why not become an American citizen and then no green card?"
Because
in
go on.
in America, they make you denounce all other what's the word for it?
I would have to lose my sovereignty of not sovereignty, whatever
Your
it is, citizenship of
for
England.
the UK. See, I could be a dual citizen for the UK because the UK doesn't make you swear off any other allegiance. That's the word I was looking for. The US makes you swear off any other allegiance to any other country when you become a citizen. And I don't know if they're going to change that or not, but at the moment, that's what they require. And so we don't want Vernon to lose his pension or his health care later on when we go back, because we will be going back.
Yeah, of course, as well. Jack would lose his dual citizenship if I become an American citizen. And to be fair, there isn't that much benefits. I can vote, and that will be it. I can still retire here, get my pension and things like that. So I don't see, a massive thing about it. What was that about? Did I ask Anchor Trucking? The videos we mentioned. Somebody said, I just went ahead with it. What did they say when Anchor found out they were doing them? Fine, they love them. They ain't got a problem. Unless I'm dissing them, doing the videos.
Oh.
Did I ask Anchor? They're very laid back. It's an extremely laid back company. It's only a small family company, so not a problem at all. I am looking. I will say I'm looking into a few companies that do. Here's another one you can do in England, in America. You can come across and do the harvest work, which I keep mentioning. Harvest work and stuff like that. Cumberland sausage on route. Cool. If you can do that, they will set all your visas up and everything for you, so you can go on a temporary visa to do harvest. That is one way to come in. I'm looking through a couple of companies. How long? 8 months, I think.
How long can you drive before you have to take a break?
8 hours. You can do constantly for 8 hours, but Jesus, my bladder is busting after 3, so, nobody's going to really get to that much, are they? Unless they're making trucker bombs, obviously. It does happen.
John says, "Are you sure? Because I still get a pension from Australia." John, are you a U.S. citizen?
I'll still get my UK pension, but it'll work out exactly the same. I won't be able to claim a UK pension and American one.
Okay. So, as far as I know, they do have a dual pension scheme with England in here for Vernon, so he could be on Social Security and collect basically Social Security equivalent of his pension over in England if he was to become a citizen here, I think. But he would lose all the other benefits of being a UK citizen and
yeah, the UK pension is crap, but it's worse here, man.
Being a permanent resident is almost exactly the same as being a citizen here. The only difference is that it is you can't vote.
No, I can't vote. And to be fair, the voting's a big cock up anyway. It doesn't really matter, does it? You know what I'm saying? And we all know how that works. So moving on, because I don't get involved with the politics and shit. Right. I drive a truck, don't I?
I was always taught in mixed companies.
Yes, if I fall ill, who pays? I'm afraid I do. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
I can earn some decent money out here, and people say, go on about, I ain't going to tell you exactly how much I earn, but it's not rocket science. I get 50 cents a mile. I average to try and do 11,000 miles a month. I only get $400 off the company for my medical insurance. So, you work the things out there. And I'm earning. Everybody knows what we're earning, sort of thing. It's no big secret. There is other bonuses I get extra for unloading in different places, standover, layover, hotels, all that stuff. Sick pay. I do get sick pay every quarter. I get something like $500, $600 or something. $500 sick pay. Leave for something, isn't it? I know there's an extra check every now and then.
Yeah. No, yeah, quarterly they give him the equivalent of like a sick day or whatever, and so he can take it, but he's already been paid for it.
Yeah.
Which I think is strange. I think that's a strange thing to do.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's like a normal thing. I think that's just his company, because I never worked for a place that paid me in advance for my days off for sick leave.
Yeah, so there's no pension. Obviously, there's state pension, but there's no private pension in the company or anything like that. And like I said, there's no medical care, so you haven't got that to fall back to in England. So you've got to get your own. And hopefully, they're working towards something in the future, but we're not. The family, because it's quite a high earning in Washington State. Before I'd have to pay for the kids and my wife to be on insurance. So they get state insurance because I'm on a lower wage and I'm the only person working in the family. If we keep the wage into a right amount, we don't have to pay for them and it works out in our favour. Things like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, ish. If you put a picture on where you lived in the caravan and have you still got it, and is the house you live in now a mortgage or a renting? No, that wasn't our caravan actually. We were renting the caravan.
We were renting the caravan. This is bought. We're buying this. The bank have lent us it.
House.
Obviously. Yeah. See, that was a good thing. I managed to build my credit up. Bear in mind, we had nothing. We'd spent all the funds and everything when we came over here. Everything had dried up because I was I think we came across with 25k. And it was a year before I got my social security number and was allowed to start working. So by that time, you can imagine the money was...
it was 18 months, actually.
18 months with it, yeah. The money had basically run out.
If you want to stay here, you need to put the otherwise I'm going to...
Yeah, then managed to work like hell. 2 years, massive credit, built credit up, got loads of money going in the bank and stuff like that. Got a bank loan to build my credit up faster. That brought me credit up a lot quicker, and then they give us the mortgage for the house. And we did have a little help from one of the family members, put us help with the deposit.
Because it's noisy. Do the old days Vern cash in hand work? No.
Yeah. There's a bit.
Has Steph gone on a trip yet? And it's being going as well. What trip? Are you sending me somewhere? Is that a surprise? Am I going on a trip?
Is she? Oh, where was that, Steve?
Simon Hadley.
Hey up, Steve. That's my buddy and Jib.
Oh.
Oh, cheers, Steve. We definitely will. Steve's down in Gibraltar. Yeah, we're planning on the trip. As soon as COVID and we're getting the injections and shit like that, we'll be on a flight out of here, I'll tell you. And the plan is do the trains again, round England and then Scotland, and then where are you taking us?
Well, Vernon wants to go all the way down to Morocco, so we'll probably go through France, Portugal, Spain, and then into Morocco.
Yeah, so we'll come and see you then, Steve. We'll come and stay with you and Jib. That'll be cool.
Scotsby?
Where was my first...
Are the houses prices dearer in the U.S.? Well, no. Some places are really, really affordable and cheap in the U.S., and some places are insanely expensive, and we live in one of the insanely expensive places, so...
Obviously we would. I forget who that was who asked about my first European trip. Where's that at? It was on there. No, it's disappeared. When you start doing... Ian, my first European trip, is that Ian? Yeah. Mm-hmm. European. That was a good one. That was back in 93 and 92 or something like that. I ended up going to Yugoslavia. Yeah, it was a war zone and it was in an FL6 with a pod on the top. But it was an international trip and beggars can't be choosers. I ended up staying out there for 3 weeks or a month, I think it was, running stuff about relief aid to refugee camps. And a shitload of money, tax-free. And that was my first international trip, a war zone. Got shot at and got the ticket and came home. Fun. And never looked back. Definitely wanted to carry on international always after that. What else have we got? Oh, Steve, are you living in Lalinia, Steve? Or Algeciras? You'd probably be one of them. It's too expensive to live on the road. Nobody lives on the rock unless they live in a boat. When I'm back on the road again, I'll be back on the road tomorrow. I'm going to Georgia, Atlanta. I'm loading the South Seattle.
Woodering Trucker wants to know if there's anything you missed from the UK. Shops that you can't get over there. There's loads of shops we don't.
Good old British pub. I do like my British pubs.
Yeah.
But I like the pubs here as well because I like the dive bars and things like that. But they're not open anyway, so you know.
Yeah, nothing's open right now. But soon enough.
When's the next vlog? Yeah, Steph's been really busy, so she'll get it up hopefully this week sometime. And then we'll get that one out of the way and we'll go straight on to the New York one because that was a really good one. There was a lot of shit going down there.
Yeah, I was going to post one this today, but Vernon came home I usually do editing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and upload on Sunday. And Vernon came home right in the middle of like my, week, and so the editing didn't get done.
Is it expensive for a pint now then, Dave, I take it? Yes, Tom, I probably will be coming through Texas on the way back. I'll keep in touch. We could meet for a cup of tea or something. That would be good. No, all your pubs are shut down, aren't they? That's pretty bad, is that? Wow, £5 a pint. That's not bad, is it? If it's good, we pay that here. It's about the same here. No, maybe a bit less.
That'd be like $7.50.
Yeah, that'll be a bit less. What else we got?
That'd be like if you got
Euro garage.
You got a pint with a shot in it.
Yeah. Why do I have a split screen on my truck? I don't on this one. It's I've got a bar off the what is it? The sun visor. It's not. The old one was a split screen. It was just the old fashioned. That's the way it is. They get very stuck in the fashion. Witherspoons $1.99. We like Witherspoons. Woolpack is still open. Cool. I've been there a couple of times. You don't get that one. Brazil is 60 pence a pint. That would be nice, wouldn't it, Bean? Uh-huh.
Bean wants to be in the spotlight here.
Yeah. Right, what other stories do you want to know?
Bean. Come on, Bean. If you don't want to...
Are you going to get that bull bar? Tom, it's taking a long time to... Nobody's buying me coffees to pay for it. If you go, boop, up the top somewhere there, where is it? Where is it? Somewhere...
If you go onto his channel, his YouTube channel, and you see the banner across the top, the cover photo, you'll see a little button on the bottom right, and it's a donation thing.
Graham says it's a nice truck, Bean. He likes your truck. San Miguel, do they have San Miguel on draft now? In Wales, North Wales?
Would you say that the motorway traffic is worse in the U.S. compared to the M6 and M25 here in England in rush hour? It just depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
It's a big country.
I can go all the way across to southern Florida and not hit any traffic if I go through. It doesn't really slow down that much all the way, and that's 3,500 miles.
Well, then you got LA.
I don't go LA that way, do I? But yeah, LA can be a nightmare. New York can be a nightmare. Chicago, all those ones if you hit them at the wrong time.
But basically asking us what the whole of the U.S. is. It's like asking us what the traffic's like in the whole of the Europe.
A lot better over here.
It varies a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier to drive over here, obviously, with all the truck stops and things like that you've got. It's a lot. Do I miss the UK? I do in a bit. It was very when I first moved over and I couldn't get my green card. I got a bit depressed and what have you because it took that long and it was to get the paperwork sorted. Nobody ever tells you anything. It's horrible. It's just a waiting game. You can't talk to anybody on the phone. And we had it going on because the woman said she was going to put the phone down on me, report me for being rude. She says, but I didn't think I was. But nobody tells you anything, do they? And you just got to wait and wait. So yeah, I did miss England a lot when I first came over. I nearly wanted to go back, but that would have jeopardised my what is it? Cheers, Tom. Thank you very much.
Someone asked.
I'll get him some sweets. Yeah.
I missed it. Someone asked how I cope while Vernon's away. And
Cheers, Wittering.
I honestly think that having space keeps us married.
You heard that right here, eh? It does, I think. Steph does her own things, and I do, my own thing. I've driven for 34 years. I've always been away. I've probably never stayed in the same bed for more than 2 weeks, and that would be when I've been on a holiday. You know what I mean? So
Dean.
there you go, Beanie. Say thank you.
Somebody gave you candy money. Say thank you.
So yeah, because Steph has all her little hobbies and things like she does and stuff like that. So. It keeps us right, you know what I mean? And you've got to have a good wife to do the international trucking. So, not everybody's circumstances, I've said this before, are the same. But luckily my stepkids are older, so they help out a lot as well. So, that makes things a lot easier, doesn't it?
Somebody asked if you've ever seen bears or cougars.
I've seen only one bear, well, 2 bears, one dead one, and one, I saw one over the west side. I didn't even see any all the way up to Alaska. I've seen one cougar in the wild, and that was huge. What you'll notice when you see a cougar, and somebody mentioned this to me, the tail is huge, great thing. And it was coming up the mountain. I think it was Stevens Pass coming down there, and I saw it over that way. It was just up a little fire road. I just happened to glance to the left, and boosh, there it was. They're big old things. You won't want to get mixed up with one of those. They are big. They're going to hurt. They're going to proper hurt.
Oh my goodness, you are a wiggle.
Yeah, somebody's mum and dad were married for 50 years only because he worked away. Yeah, it does work. It doesn't work for everybody though, you know what I mean? So
well,
it is.
We also get to video call. He calls me like a dozen times a day. And then he gets to call and see Jack at bedtime and do bedtime stories, and we're in contact almost constantly all day.
It's so much easier now with video link and things like that. This has never been a better time to be an international trucker, I don't think. With all you can get. Jesus, gone are the days when I used to have to walk miles to find a telephone box that actually worked to ring home and stuff like that. Or you wouldn't ring your girlfriend for a couple of days or 3 days or something like that. That was the norm back in the day. But no, things are totally different now. Hi from Stoke, Simon.
Do you still ride quads? When do we get a chance?
Yeah, I was out on it last time I was home. It's really muddy at the moment.
It's really wet.
Where we ride just over the road at my friend's yard there, it's really, really dirty at the moment, muddy, so not this time.
What's your favourite meal that I cook for you?
Meatloaf probably, or pie.
I haven't done meatloaf in a long time.
No, meatloaf or meat pie. Cornish pasties. The pasties are good. Yeah, that helps a lot, with the meals. Obviously, because there's only we can't be extravagant on going out and eating all the time. I can't. I do go out at least once a week. I try, and just to get out of the truck. But the having the microwave meals and things like that saves a hell of a lot of money. Ned Kelly tried to do my accent, did he? It's really, it's really embarrassing. Steph says I go really high pitched, and somebody says I sound like Paul Daniels when I get excited.
Yeah.
You want to hear on the next video when I hit the snow and shit when going across to New York. That was high pitched.
Vernon's fake American accent is hilarious.
It didn't go right, I'm not even going to go there. Oh yeah, I'm off Turkey. Nope, not doing a turkey for a while.
Luckily, that's a once a year thing.
Thank you, Mark.
There's baby.
Somebody's from Hull there. I missed that one. Oh, it's gone.
Uh-oh.
Wow, they're going pretty quick now.
I know it's hard to keep track.
Opinions on non-CDL issues, but considering just...
Have you been to Devil's Peak? There's several Devil's Peak in America. Which one are you talking about? You mean Devil's Tower in Wyoming?
Oh, there's Devil's Slide. Looks like a fanny. How are you doing? Good, Stuart. I missed that. What was that?
Yeah, we have roast. Somebody asked if we eat roast. I just made a roast a couple days ago. We sometimes have it on Sundays, like Sunday roast, but basically whenever Vernon comes home, we at least have one roast meal. Somebody says use the scroll thing to scroll back up and see what you've lost.
Oh,
but it's too hard to get back to where you're going.
I'm a truck driver. Yeah, I don't even do that now, do I? I do the twiddly automatic. Steph's the... Oh, no. If I do that, I will just mess everything up. It's not going to happen, mate. It's not going to happen.
What's that?
If I try and scroll back up, he says, to do something.
Oh, he'll never find his way back to the current feed. You can pin it at the top so he sees it longer, but you have to pay money for it.
Yeah. I see nobody's doing that.
That's not true. You had a couple friends give Bean some candy money.
Candy money?
Candy money.
Candy money, yeah.
For sweeties.
Yeah, just clarify something. I put the last thing up on Facebook when I got home from the New York one the other day. The family didn't come with me on the whole trip. I wouldn't take them this time of year. They only come for the ride up to the yard and back, which is about an hour each way. So they didn't. This time of year, I think it would be too dangerous to take the family. The road conditions are changing, that bad. And if I had to get out and leave the truck, I would be panicking with the family with me. So definitely this time of year for the winter months, not a chance of taking them.
Did you manage to sort somewhere to post T2? So for right now, you can post things to Vernon through his truck yard, and in the community section of his page there is a post that tells you the address. I'll pin it up at the top again so that you can see the address to send it to, but it's for Anchor Trucking. I didn't get a post office box. Vernon told me no, so.
Yorkshire pudding. I think somebody mentioned I saw a Yorkshire pudding.
Can Steph make a proper Yorkshire pudding? Yes. I can now.
Yeah.
It took a few tries.
They're getting better. They're good.
The last time
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave.
No, I'm joking. They're good. They're not the ass one.
Wow.
Wow. What else have we got? Moving on swiftly.
Have you ever been in trouble for being overloaded?
Yes. When I first moved out here, I didn't realise about moving your axles and shit like that. I moved the axles and they let me sort it out and stuff and what have you. And I've taken out loads and they've been too heavy and I've missed scales. But if you go back through one of my videos, there's running over weight on one of them, and I had a right job to try and get back to the shipper because I'd gone that far, gone out of a state, had to go back up and dodge scales to get back again. It was a big shit show. So now I usually weigh off. Definitely the closest place I'm at. Steve will send us a chef's recipe. Good man, Steve.
They're not tricky. It's just getting the right type of fat ratio.
Right. What is the best truck I've ever driven? The best truck. I do like my Freightliner. I really do like the drive of it and everything. Obviously, I ain't got a limiter on and stuff like that, so it's a lot better. I used to enjoy the Magnum when I was in Spain. I had a few of those, and they were really good. Scania was nice to drive, but I don't like the cab layout. I think it's a horrible small. It's like a day rest cab. I don't like the Scania at all. To drive it, spot on, but no. So the Freightliner. But to be fair, I haven't driven any other trucks out here apart from Freightliner, so I can't really compare it against the other.
Wondering trucking.
What about the MEN?
The PO box is stupid expensive here in Blighty. I have shit sent to my work address too. Yeah, so that's basically where we were at when I went in to look at the price of a PO box. Vernon's like, no.
MEN. No, we just won't talk about what about the MEN? Somebody's asked there. Moving on swiftly, 15 years of my life, 15 years driving those things. I will never ever get that back. I will never get that time back. They're a good strong motor. Luckily it was only UK shunting. No, I had one in Spain actually. I had they used to call it Tractor Almeria. It was a horrible nicotine colour, an old one, a 362 or something, with like an oil slick inside. That was a real quality truck. No, so I still have flashbacks of the MEN's days. It wouldn't be my choice. I think the driving positions is ridiculous and the steering wheels are huge.
What's the best GPS here in the States?
I use, what am I on? They're both about the same. You've got that Randy, what's his face? Randy somebody or other. Andy McNally or somebody, is it? And then you've got Garmin. I use a Garmin. I really like it. It works well for me. It has all the scales on it and all your truck stops and things like that. It even gives you the weather and stuff. So, you know, pretty good. Do you prefer Harley Davidson or some of the Jap? It's horses for courses, Colin. It really is. The Harley, there isn't any other cruiser out there, I don't think, that is in there. But so Harley for the cruiser. Harley make crap race bikes and stuff. I've had a V-Rod, a night rod. That went like hell, but it's not a race bike. I rode that to Africa, North Africa and back, and Austria and all over the place.
You've had several people ask you, did you ever expect to have this many followers?
No. It's gone absolutely ballistic, to be fair.
Where did we meet? I was in England, and we started talking in England, and then
Mean and nasty, yeah.
and then he flew over to go on a road trip with me.
We started talking on Facebook on a chat thing, adventure sort of thing. Steph sent me a friend's request. I was coming back from, I'd been back from Kazakhstan, a trip I'd just done to Kazakhstan on my motorbike. And you were back from Thailand, no, you were Cambodia or somewhere, weren't you?
Yeah.
Heading back this way.
Yeah.
So we've both done a hell of a lot of travelling. That's what put us together, I think. And then that was it. Road trip, and then I came. The rest is history. And then the Bean.
Bean has done a lot of travelling. His age.
Yeah. Somebody asked me about the Bean. Is he going to go on a holiday and that? He's already up to about 20 countries, 17 countries, and he's done coast to coast as well. So he's probably up to about 25 states already. At 3.
Oh, at least. Oh, I think he's had more states than that. But yeah, we went from.
Oh, he's been over to New York as well.
We went from Scotland. We went up to Canada, flew to Scotland, flew to England, went from Scotland to Greece by train, and then he's been to Mexico as well. So.
Yeah. So. You didn't see me in Kazakhstan when you were there. No, I went, I think it was, how long ago was it now? 5 years ago, something like that. I loved it. It was brilliant. I went right through Turkey, Georgia, into Kazakhstan, up Kazakhstan, only on the west side, and then back across through Ukraine. I was going to go through Moscow, but I put a blog up saying I'm thinking of going Ukraine, and everybody started saying, don't go Ukraine, it's really dangerous. Or, let's go Ukraine, that sounds fun. Stayed with the biker gang there, really put me up, and it was really cool. Loved it. Didn't have any problems. There's good and bad people all over the world.
Would you tour Mexico on a bike? Not with us.
Not with the family, no. I'd probably do it on my own. Or something, yeah, definitely. Definitely, yeah. You know, there's good and bad places everywhere. You can usually tell when things are going a bit pear-shaped and you need to be out and it's going ugly, so... Luckily, in the world, the good people outweigh the bad people, I always say. So, you know, take that into heed, and I don't think you'll have much of a problem. And don't argue with police. The most dangerous people on all my big trips I've done, I found, are people wearing uniforms. They're the worry. They're the dodgy ones. Bent police in Kazakhstan and Ukraine and people like that. That's where you get the problem. Somebody in a uniform is going to give you shit. But the rest of the people, mainly, you know, not a problem. That's in the undeveloped world. Do
you U.S. truckers flash each other?
Yeah, you flash each other's in, yeah. not like flash each other, no. Get an egg out or something. Do owner drivers make more money? They do make more money, yes, they are making a bit more money, but I'm still in two minds whether to go that route or not. How far have I been? Only on my motorbike. I've only been into... I used to go to the Russian border with a Spanish company up to Nueva Russia from Alicante and back up there quite some years back now. But the furthest I've been on the bike is Kazakhstan and then down into Morocco, down to the Sahara. Can they understand you? Nope, not a clue. My boss, my old boss, he's a Dutch guy. He doesn't understand a goddamn word I say. He he looks at me very vacant. I think he's selective hearing with him though, you know. I think he puts a lot of it on. Jack, stop it. It's because he's on a delay. What else have we got? Have you met other bloggers? Have I met other bloggers?
Not in person.
No, not in person, no.
How do you keep awake on
No, I haven't met Tommy.
How do you keep awake on long haulage trips?
Yes, I will give you a ring, Wittering. How do I stay awake? Basically, make sure you plenty of water all the time. I always get a good night's sleep. It's very rare that you go night and day or something like that. I've done a couple of trips where I've really pushed it. I've done like 1,280 mile in one day, but that was running the E-log exempt, because at the moment with COVID, if you're loading for food load, you can just do what you like. There's no E-log or anything on, no tachograph. So just basically good meals. Make sure you have good meals. Get out, exercise every 3 hours, walk about and stuff like that, and push it on. So you can do, because the roads are that big and long and straight, and the speed limits are up at 80 mile an hour going through the middle of America and majority of the states. I can do just short of 800 miles in one day. So, 800 miles in a day is ample for anybody, I think. You don't need to be doing much more than that. When you've done it consecutively, 700 plus miles for like 4 days, it gets to you after that. You're like done when you get to the other side. Well, I am.
I've seen a couple of questions asking if you were in the ABR group. Is that Adventure Bike Riders?
Yes.
We are still in it.
Yeah, still in it.
Yeah, we're still in it.
Yeah. Where's all the questions gone? They've disappeared. We've got 207 people watching.
Has your wife any advice on tips or thoughts on life as a partner of a trucker? Where did that go?
You'll find it all there.
As in the loneliness or time apart versus the
Loneliness.
I know. No. I have 3 kids. I have 2 teenagers and a toddler, and my family, my extended family, that always need things, and Vernon calls me like a dozen times a day, so I
Road legends.
I never feel lonely, even when I'm on the toilet.
There you go. You heard it there. What engine is in your lorry? That's a DD15 in there. Love it. I like that engine. It works well for me. Yeah, I do drink too much caffeine, actually. I do drink quite a bit of coffee. The wife has a fit on me that. So I drink a lot of water to concentrate the caffeine and dehydration and stuff like that. That's what a lot of people go unstuck, I think. They'll eat fast food shit and they'll get a quick high on the sugar rush or something like that. But eventually, if you do all that sugar, you're going to crash. So you're going to get more tired when you come down to it. Be quiet, please.
You'll go in the other room.
So I try and stay away from quick snacks unless you're not going that much further and you just need a quick hit to boost you or anything like that. I don't do Red Bull. There is one Monster drink I do like, actually.
Hi, Mrs. Keelock. Just so you know, I taught Vernon everything he knows.
Who's that? Where's that gone?
Joe Rice.
Joe. I used to run with Joe. Joe's a really good guy in Spain. We run so bent. John's an Irish guy, guys. Joe the Bean. He likes to put the wire on. There's no stopping that man.
What's the cutoff age to get in U.S. for trucking? There isn't one. It's not. There's not really a cutoff age to be able to come in on a work visa or even become a resident or a citizen here, like other countries do. We don't have an age discrimination.
Lesson from Hornsey, sunny Hornsey.
Bean talks more than his dad.
Is that possible?
I think that's kind of a tie.
Oh God.
He definitely makes a lot of noise and tries for attention just as much.
You're near Driffield. Oh, nice town.
Crazy Horse Memorial. Yeah, I've been to Crazy Horse Memorial.
This is you go over the river into Washington, the other east side of Washington. It's up on the top of the hill.
No.
That's
He's
Crazy
talking
Horse.
about no. That's Chief Crazy Horse over where Mount Rushmore is.
Jack.
And it's still not finished. I don't know if it ever will be.
No, that's too far away. Distant coven. So I have a cousin and an aunt. That wouldn't help you in the slightest. You would need a direct relative if it's going to give you any sort of boost or anything like that. Distant ones,
father, mother, sister, brother. Well,
wife.
I don't even know if sister or brother would work.
No,
but
I'm sorry to say.
if your parents live here or you are a parent of somebody who lives here, then you could get a family residency. But even then, that's a lottery system. The only people who can apply immediately for a residency and not a work visa are spouses. If you're not a spouse and you're a relative, you would have to wait for an open season. They have like opening slots. However often, they only allow a certain amount of people to apply during that slot of time, and so you get like a lottery number. So if your lottery number comes up, you can put in your application. You have to wait, just apply, and then it can take up to 4 years.
Yeah, that's Washington State.
No, that's for the whole U.S.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wildlife. What's the wildlife around us? Coyotes. You'll hear on the night up there. We've lost a chicken. We don't know if I think that was a coyote.
Yeah.
We get
sure.
deer wandering about, which I can't shoot them because I'm in city limits, which is a bit annoying.
I've heard the coyotes across the street from us.
Yeah, we eagles as well. We've got eagles just across the street.
Yeah, the deer come and eat my plums off the plum trees.
Yeah, because we're just in the city limits. Over the other side of the road, we're out of city limits. You could just shoot in your garden, but we can't. A cocky little cat seem to know that. You love hunting. We haven't done it yet, but we will be doing. I've got. I still need to get a rifle. I definitely want to do some when Jack gets a little bit older. We're gonna do a bit because Steph can field dress as well and stuff like that. And you've got a lot of options out here. You know, people who kill it. No, it's going to feed me for the rest of the year if we get a big old elk sat in there, and you can get the. It works out a lot cheaper going once a year, and like a lot of people do. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely will be doing that. You lost a little dog to a coyote, Tom. Yeah, I can imagine. They're evil, horrible things.
I've lost goats to coyotes.
Yeah.
Before.
What do my neighbours think about the truck packed outside the house?
There's 3 other neighbors.
Just up the street here, my neighbour over there, he's got a low loader truck. He brings it down here and sometimes parks his trailer out the front. There's another guy a bit further down there with a truck. Then there's another guy across the road. He's got a logging truck. And then there's a tipper truck further down. Nobody says anything. It's like when I lived in Spain. Nobody cared about it. No, they respect it's your profession, and they don't say anything about the truck. Bear in mind, remember that my yard, the garden, is quite a bit bigger than in England. There's plenty of room out there. There's even a place down in our town where it's designated for my... Is that fun for you? Oh, that's nice. There's a designated place where I park my trailer. That's for the people of Cedar Woolley the truck drivers can park the trailer. Remember, please, that Cedar Woolley is a logging town. Was built on logging, and it still is a big logging community. So you know they're not afraid with seeing trucks all the time. All the lives here, so you know they're quite happy and respect you for what you do. That's nice. How far is the nearest pub? About a mile into town. Benny's bored. Yeah, Benny's bored. He definitely is. He's definitely getting bored now, aren't you?
Jackson, come on. Let's go. He's acting up because I left.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
What else have we got going on? I need to be able to sort it out so we can do a call-in thing. I think sometime. I think that'll be a good thing. When are you back on the road? I'm back on the road, Darren, tomorrow morning early. I've got to be in South Seattle for 8 o'clock in the morning, loading frozen stuff for Georgia. That's Georgia, Atlanta, top side of Florida there. So that's a 3,000 mile with 2.8, I think it is. It'll be about 2,800, something like that. Nice little trip. And then I'll probably come back through Texas again and through there, which I quite like that. Hopefully the weather's passed over now, because the last trip, man, that was a trying trip. That was a shit show, that really was. But we did it. Hello, back to the Black Country, Peter. What is the best truck stops over here? What is the best truck stops over here? Do you mean Lee as in England or over here? Here. There's loads of independent ones. I like Iowa 80, but I like the pub across the road from Iowa 80 truck stop. It's the biggest one. The best one is probably then the best show. Forget your Iowa 80 show. The best show I think is the Chrome 75 shop down in Florida. Obviously they get the weather as well, but it's free food, free drinks and shit, and it's just there's concert on. It's not a very big place, but that one in Florida, I forget the name of the place where it's at now. 75 Chrome shop. It is tuned on there, really is. I got the old fridge, yeah, Matthew, I've got the fridge sorted out now. It's all been done and everything. So hopefully it's all going to be right now. But the bitter is good as Yorkshire. I like IPAs, and we have some really good IPAs here, so I'm into them rather than the bitter. What do I miss? I was a lager drinker, Stuart, so beer isn't really... It is what it is, isn't it? And like I say, I really like the IPAs now, and we have some good
so
ones.
many different.
Yeah, we have a lot of microbreweries in Washington State, which are really good.
I think we're actually the microbrewery capital of the world.
What's my favourite state to drive through? Steve says. I like Montana a lot. It's very pretty, but I could never live there. The winter's too harsh. It's just evil. That really is over there. And where was the other one the other day? We're all through those mountain range and what have you. But I couldn't do that in winter. The other side of Utah.
Oh.
Colorado.
The Rockies.
Colorado, going through the Rockies and that is absolutely amazing. It really is. When do I think I'll get my own? It's still in the pipeline. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. I'm at the moment harping on for a pay rise, but that seems to have fallen on deaf ears. Colt 45 beer. I ain't tried that. I don't know what that's like.
Oh, Colt 45. It's a really cheap beer.
Is it?
I think malt.
What did Joe say? I must have missed that. What has Joe been saying? Joe Rice. Oh, there it is.
Jug of Vino Tinto and 2 or 3.
That can get her good times. Hell yeah. Good times. Moving on. Joe used to make me go to those truckers' discos.
Make you.
Yes. Bad influence, that man. Joe the Bean is a bad influence. You know what I'm saying, Steve? Same as Steve Cooper. He used to make me go to them truckers' discos as well. Bad people. Stay out. It's not good. Look at your face. What was that one? I missed that one. How did it? How's the channel grown? It has. It's grown horrendous. It really is. How long before they let other people come back into the States, Steph? There's one for you.
I think you can actually, but you have to quarantine for 14 days and you have to show that you're COVID free before you can go back home to the UK. It's a mess. I think soon, within the next 6 months maybe, they'll be doing a vaccination certificate thing where you can just show them that you've had the vaccination and they're going to allow you to travel. But I think it's going to be another 6 months.
How does Steph spend her time when I'm spending my money when I'm on the road?
I pay bills, if that's what you mean.
Where are you? You're only half in. There you go.
I don't know. Now I'm on the spot. I garden a lot. And I take care of kids. And I manage the bills. And I've got animals. I've got chickens. Sometimes when I have my own 5 minutes to spare, I paint on occasion.
How does the driving test differ? There was a lot of literature you had to read and know about the air brake system and things like that to do your test. I failed it twice, like a dumbass. I didn't read the book. Got to know everybody at the test station. That one day the scale pulled me aside and she said, Vernon, you're going to have to read this book. You're going to have to study this book. I'm like, oh, okay. So that is well behind. So I studied the book and passed the next day. You need to know about triples and all things like that, even though we can't do the I passed my triple test. For triple trailers, but you can't do triple trailers in Washington State, which is a bit bizarre, but that's the way it is. The actual driving test was pretty similar to England as far as I remember it. Jesus, don't forget, I took my test 30 plus years ago, so I imagine things have changed a little bit in England now to taking your test, but basically it was just reverse round cones, pop it in the slot, brake, handbrake, tell them, point around, walk around, tell them all about the bits of the truck. You needed to lift the bonnet up as well and tell them all the bits, the alternator, the starter motor, the fans, everything like that. So I found that was pretty good actually. I liked the idea that you had to know how the slack adjusters worked on the brakes and everything like that. Yeah, I go to the chrome shop, don't I, and spend. Where are we? Well, would you ever come back to the UK? I want to get back and see my mum as soon as COVID. But to live, I don't know. There's a lot more for my kid and everything. The kids being brought up here. Stepkids don't want to move to England. They definitely didn't. And I'm quite happy out here. I do miss quite a bit. But you know, the size of the property I can afford to buy and what I can earn, that bit more I can earn here. Obviously goes a long way as well, and I love the driving out here, don't get me wrong.
The school system is better in England, and I'd rather Jack go to school there. You have your pension there to retire in, and
yeah, but I can get the pension here.
Healthcare.
Yeah, the healthcare. That is
thing.
a big thing, you know, because we haven't got the healthcare here. That really is quite a worry, you know, as I'm not getting any younger as well. So if anything seriously happened, we could be in dire states. We really could, you know. That would be. They will treat you over here. Don't get me wrong. They
want to see a painting.
They'll patch you. What? They'll patch you up and everything like that. But they will land you a bill when you come out the other side to get an ambulance. If an ambulance came, say, if I was in a road crash at work or anything like that, I wouldn't have to pay for anything. That'd be all covered. But if I was in an accident, as for myself at home or something like that, an ambulance came and picked me up and took me off. That would cost me a minimum of about $5,000. You might be knocked out and you wake up in the morning, you recover from whatever you've happened to you, and whoosh, they'll land that bill. Jesus, you probably wish you were dead. But the national health is crap. That's what I keep telling Steph, you know. It's not like it used to be because of it stretched the limits and things like that, but she's having none of it. She thinks it's a wonderful thing.
They want to see my painting.
They want to see the paintings. There we go.
Ooh, there's a glare on it. Because it's in plastic. It's a print of a watercolor. This one I like a lot. Vernon's not a big fan of the can owl, so I don't even think I have one of those.
Somebody said about the trailers, we're only like 40 ton over here, gross, so we are it's about 37.5 actually when you work it out properly. So, but they are longer, the twin axles. I thought that, the twin axles, but I quite like the twin axles and moving them forward and things like that. It's just because they use 3 axles in Europe, it doesn't mean it's right for everywhere. People seem to think that. They see, we have 3 axles, that must be how it works. Well, look at your configuration with your lift axles. They wouldn't last 5 minutes out here. Nobody would want to drive them heaps of shit. Look, well, not heaps of shit, but them lift axles in the snow, you do get, no wonder you get bollocksed up when a bit of snow hits. All ours are double drive, so, you know, it makes a lot more sense. Everything, I can't stand lift axles, tag axles, whatever you want to call them. I think the stupidest thing ever invented. Some prick behind in an office somewhere that decided that was a good idea to lift the weight off the road, but get less traction. That was a good thought, wasn't it?
What actually happens with the healthcare? Do you not have to pay for health insurance? Then it's covered, what happens if you can't pay? Well, they will send you to collections, and then if collections tracks you down and you happen to be employed and you're working, they will garnish your wages through a court order and take money out of your paychecks until your bill is paid off.
Steve likes your paintings. Wicked paintings.
Thank you.
We'll bring you one over, Steve, when we come over to Jim. What was that? I missed that one.
So for me, I've paid about $40,000 in medical bills in the last 8 years or something like that, and the last little bit was about $9,000 for one night in the hospital with pneumonia just before Vernon and I got together, and yeah, that was $9,000. We're still paying on it.
What was that about in the mirror? I missed that one. Where's that gone?
We do. It's actually not called Obamacare. It's called Affordable Health Care Act, but the pet nickname for it is Obamacare, and we do have that. It's not perfect. Let's just put it that way. Right now, we fit into a category that's this gap between being poor and being able to have free healthcare, and making too much money to qualify for the free healthcare, but not enough money to pay for our health insurance directly, privately, or on our own. If we didn't have pre-existing conditions in our family, then it would probably be a little bit more affordable for me alone. It's $1,000 per month, about $800 to $1,000 per month for just me alone. So.
What I found about America, just briefly, is if you're working in the fit, they love you. They want every part of you, and they're all happy for you and everything. You get a little bit ill and a bit gimpy or something like that. Ooh, no, sorry, piss off, basically. Yes, Joe, the mirrors are crap. It was the first thing I noticed when I came across here. The mirrors on the trucks are slightly narrower than ours, and they are flat. They're not concave or anything like that. And the shit, there's this weird design thing. So that was a bit of getting used to, was that. There you go. I don't look behind me anyway.
If Steph prints some the paintings on T-shirts, more money for the bull bar. I have a huge pile of prints and several different things that my work is on, but it doesn't really sell. I do actually have an Etsy store, and you can buy it through Facebook Marketplace and stuff, but my art doesn't really sell much unless I want to put in a whole bunch of money to get seen better. So, yeah, cheaper to fly to the UK and get treated here.
Yeah. That's basically what I'd fall back on. If anything seriously happened to me, I would be on a plane back to England. I know it sounds bad, but shit me, man, I've paid a lot of money in taxes over the year in England and Europe and stuff, so why not? You know what I mean? Some people would begrudge that and say, "Oh, that's wrong," but I don't think it is at all.
Are we thinking of producing and designing merchandise? Yeah, it's in the works. My son and daughter are both really artistic and talented too, and we have conspired a bit together to get some designs. We just haven't been on the ball with it. We need to prioritize that a little bit higher, but my plate is very full. What was that? You
have to pay for the COVID. At the moment, to be fair, the Washington State, they all work a little bit different to the different states and things.
But we don't here.
Out of the way. At the moment, I've got full health care because of COVID. I've got full health care, basically the same as National Health, to cover me right till November. So that was nice of them, and we won't have to pay for the COVID injection.
Do you like Ned Kelly videos?
Yes, I do like Ned Kelly. We love
He's
Ned.
Great. He's so sweet.
He's the man. He's helped us a lot.
What does it cost to have a baby? Well, for me, I have to have C-section, so it's about $60,000 or $70,000. But luckily, my insurance covers for most of it. I was lucky enough to have insurance for each of my kids. If I didn't, then it would have cost me.
And don't forget, I wasn't working when Steph had the baby out here, so we didn't have to pay. That was lucky.
I bet Steph would love a week away while you look after Bean, Doghouse, and Bills. Well, let's just say I did do that back in October, and it was a disaster. My sister had given me a free ticket to New Orleans, and my mother gave me some timeshare in a condo so that I didn't have to pay for anything, and went down for a week to New Orleans, and it just happened to be there right when a hurricane hit. And I spent most of that week in a condo with no power and unable to communicate with Vernon very well. I came back more exhausted than...
Me and Jack ended up doing a trip in the end. I thought it was easier that I'd just get out of the house and take Jack with me. So we did a trip down to South Seattle, South Washington and back. But Yorkshire man buys a round of drinks. That would be a big break, wouldn't it? That would be breaking news. Wouldn't be this one, that's for sure. No, she didn't do it again. She didn't, Matthew.
What's that?
Yeah, going again.
Do it again. Well, I have contemplated next time we go to the UK spending a couple of weeks after he goes back home, and he could take Jack going a couple of weeks with some girlfriends of mine around Europe because they haven't been there yet, and showing them around. But I don't know. We'll see. Vernon's not real keen on me leaving him alone.
When's the next video coming out, Matthew? Stephanie, when's the next video coming out?
Well, I'll try to get it out on Wednesday. I know today is the usual day we release them, but since we're doing a live Q&A, I kind of fudged it and took a week off. But I'll try to get it up by Wednesday because Vernon will be out of my hair come Monday morning.
Darren, average wages at the moment, it's like 50 cents a mile. For doing over the road long distance stuff like that. Some are paying a little less, some paying more.
Okay,
it's going up.
I'm not getting the joke.
What?
Can Vernon peel an orange in his pocket?
Yes, he can. I also put ferrets down my trousers, he used to, but there you go, that's another story. Moving on swiftly.
I'm missing something, obviously, because I'm a...
Do you both use the same tattoo parlor? No, Stefan had any tattoos for ages. I was in Mexico last time I had a tattoo. I ain't had anything. I'll wait till I get back to England and go to Big Rob's in Hull. He's the man, Big Rob. Big shout out for Big Rob. He's done a lot of work and I like his stuff.
My tattoo, my newest tattoo is over 20 years old, so... And, yeah...
Truckers Fest. We won't make it for Truckers Fest, Graham. I don't think at all, because that's in May if it goes on. Dave sent me the catalogue with all the dates in it. Maybe towards the end of the year and see if we can time it right so we get to the one in Scotland.
Stuart wants to know when the shout out to Phoebe's going on. So is that for the New York trip, right?
Yes. That's in the New York trip. Well, that'll be. So hi, Phoebe. Anyway. How's it going?
After this one that we're currently on, which I'm trying to kind of edit him shorter because this 4-part thing, taking a month for one trip is just too much. So, but after this one, the one to New York has Phoebe's name mentioned.
Yes. So tell her to get her money out, and Phoebe, put the bet on with your dad. There's a little heads up.
I'm slacking. What am I slacking on?
Eh? Slacking. Not getting the videos up.
Oh, yeah.
What would I buy? What was that? What would you buy? Would you buy a Peterbilt if you came in over and operate? I do like the Peterbilt. I wouldn't be buying a classic, I don't think, because I couldn't afford to run one. Basically, and the extra money to buy one, it just wouldn't be feasible. They're doing like 4.5 to the gallon, man. I drive fast. You can't drive. You just start driving the speeds I drive at, and it's just the fuel's going to disappear. So I would love one. I'd love a Kenworth, a classic, but no, couldn't afford to run one.
Has the duck still got the Christmas hat on? Nope.
Yeah, I ain't got a flat cap.
The duck's got
duck
has his scarf on, but no Christmas hat anymore. And I finally got the Christmas tree out of the house. How do you feel about country music?
Love country music, country rock, modern stuff. I don't like much of the older stuff like, what's the name with her, Dolly Parton with her Rockets.
I don't like modern country music, but I like the older stuff like Patsy Cline and the such.
John Ryfan, I remember you. With no tattoo.
Biker Trucker has a room for us 10
John,
minutes
we will definitely come and see you. Who else? We'll go to Ireland and see John as well. That'll be a sesh, won't it, John?
Edinburgh's my favorite city. I've
We
been
do
all
like
over the
Edinburgh.
world, and Edinburgh's one of my favorite cities.
She hasn't done Barcelona yet.
I have not been to Barcelona.
Oh, Budapest.
Well, we were supposed to go to Budapest, but when we hit Munich, you decided you wanted to go to Greece instead of Istanbul last time we went over there. But someday I would like to do the entire train route from London
What's that
to
Steve
Istanbul.
saying? Please say.
Say what date it is in your videos, Brennan. It confuses me when I have one story on Facebook and another.
Right, yeah, you go. Before. Okay, then we'll start putting some dates up.
Just feel like good morning. It's the morning of February 21st or so whatever when you do them so that I can keep track. I think that'd be helpful for me actually.
Edinburgh tattoo. I've never done that, Stuart. I'd like to go. That would be. So I think Steph would love to see that as well.
Yeah.
It's a good city.
I do love Edinburgh. We've been there a few times.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's about it. That's your hour for this session. Anyway, thank you all so much. I think we've got over 200 odd people.
I do like Glasgow too. We've been to Glasgow. We have a friend from that lives in Glasgow.
Yeah, we did some of the museums and stuff like that. Sarah's from Glasgow. Yeah.
She's not from Glasgow though. She just lives in Glasgow, right?
She's from Glasgow,
Is she?
just outside. Yeah.
Okay.
He proposed to his girlfriend at Edinburgh Castle. Wow, you romantic, you.
It's always cold and windy up there.
Wash your bloody, you lot wash your bloody hands.
Sorry about the crazy mix-up.
Yeah, at the beginning, that was pretty shitty to get things sorted out. But at least we got there, and Steph, the technician, sorted it all.
Well, this week I said just I basically said sort your own shit out. And then I had to come in and sort the shit out myself.
Yeah. So I'm going to shut this down. Thank you very much for all your questions and stuff like that. I hope it's answered a few of them. I enjoy it. It's a good crack. It really is. Stay safe, Fernando. Wash your bloody hands. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you for all the well wishes and warm sentiments. And
excellent. Thanks, guys. Catch you next time. Okay.
let's see here.
And off.